Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. In Jeremiah chapter 23, verses 23 and 24, it says, "Am I a God who is near, declares the Lord, and not a God far off? Can a man hide himself in hiding places so I do not see him, declares the Lord? Do I not fill the heavens and the earth, declares the Lord?" And here this is a word of warning to the people that God is speaking to in this particular context. There were people who were falsely prophesying, who were saying that what they were saying was an oracle from the Lord, but it was actually an oracle from their own minds, who were falsely telling people things that they wanted to hear, but it wasn't really a word from the Lord. And the people were encouraging that by listening to these prophets. And so God is reminding them that, hey, I am present. You're not fooling anybody. I see what you're doing. I am present. I feel the heavens and the earth. You can't hide from me, and you can't hide what you're doing. And so that's the context of these verses. Now, it can always be seen as a word of warning for anyone who perhaps is trying to live a life in rebellion to God, and to help them to realize that, you can't hide from God. He knows what you're doing. But it's also an encouraging word for those who love the Lord, who are trying to live a life of faithful obedience to Him, because it reminds them of these things. The very truths that would scare a rebellious person is the very things that would comfort a person who's seeking God. And it helps them to realize that God is present. In the good times, the Lord is there. And the times where things are going great and wonderful, we can celebrate those things. We can come to the Lord with a grateful heart and enjoy His presence there with us in those joyful moments. But we also know that in the hard times and the difficult times, when it's hard to even make the next step, that God is there with us to comfort us, to console us. His presence is right there surrounding us and helping us through those difficult situations as well. And so it's a comfort in that way. And so it's important for us to recognize the fact that God's presence is with us wherever we go. And it's important for us to consciously be aware of this presence as well. It's not just enough to read Jeremiah 23, and 24 and just kind of say, okay, yeah, I believe that, and then go on about our business. But to really soak that in, the Lord is here, the Lord is near, and the Lord is present. Like, really focus on that, soak that in, and take that by faith. And if we have to just quiet our hearts before the Lord, even if it's just for a few minutes, and just remind ourselves that God is present with me, and to go out and meet the day aware of God's presence and knowing that God is with me, that He's standing beside me, He's walking with me, He's there to guide me and help me, to console me, to strengthen me, whatever I need for the day, whatever the need is for today, God will meet that need as I walk in the awareness of His presence. And so this truth about God's presence is powerful and mighty in our lives if we will just let it sink into our hearts, if we'll just let it rise up to the forefront of our minds and keep it ever before us and walk with that awareness each and every day, each and every moment. It can be one of the most powerful things that we ever do in our lives. And it's something that we have to commit ourselves to each and every day, to lessen the distractions of our lives and to increase our awareness of His presence. It'll do wonders for our soul. It'll do wonders for our life. And it'll benefit us in 1,000, if not 1,000,000 different ways. So these are some things we can reflect on as we read Jeremiah 23. With that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.